traders, welcome back to Simply Forex. In today's vid, we are going to look at the 12 questions you must ask yourself before entering a trade. And as if by magic, the 12 questions are on my screen. Basically, guys, you need to know the answers to all of these questions before you enter the trade. Okay, if you don't know the answers, then don't take the trade. Yeah. And what we're going to do in this vid is go through each question and, go through my thought process and how I answer these questions. So let's get started, and let's start with number one. Yeah, makes sense. Number one, am I trading with trend? Okay, a simple question, but we do need to go across multiple time frames. As you know, I do a top-down approach. So we are looking at the day chart and Euro Aussie dollar, all right? And this is actually a trade that I took today in the VIP Discord. And I put this trade in the VIP Discord, and we're going to sort of do this checklist with this trade. So am I trading with trend? So the day chart is in a downtrend, yeah? You don't need to be Warren Buffett. We are in a downtrend, okay? But we also have other time frames that we look at. We look at H4, H1. So let's check those as well. But daily, yes, we are with trend. Now let's look at H4. And as soon as we broke these lows here, yeah, we are in a downtrend. Yeah, price come back up. And then once we broke these last lows, we now have lower lows. Yeah, so yes, we are in a H4 downtrend. Let's take a look at the H1 as well. Okay, so H1, yeah, here, we were in an uptrend. Okay, all the way up to here. But then again, ever since we broke this level through here, yeah, we have been in a downtrend. Okay, so yeah, daily, H4, H1 are all in a downtrend. It's not always the way, guys, that all three of them will be in a in the same trend, but in this case it is. All right, so good. This is extra confluence. We like this. Okay, so number one, am I trading with trend? Yes, I am on daily, H4 and H1. What is my entry trigger? Okay, so my morning analysis vids, guys, I explain to you what my entry trigger will be. And it's basically trading price action, all right? But with this specific trade, yeah, I was looking for a break of these lows on the H4. Okay, so if we go to the H4 now, yeah, and we zoom in a little bit, or not, I said to myself, yeah, if we break this last area of support, so this gray zone, yeah, I'm looking to sell this pair. All right, so we got this H4 candle that broke these lows. Okay, all right, so that is my entry trigger. I actually waited for a retrace back to these lows, okay, and I got in at 1.6164. all right, and again, I put this trade in the VIP Discord. Okay, so my entry trigger was that. We got a break. I had a nice retest to value. Yeah, and I'm looking to take this back down to 61,000 psychological level. All right. So let's go back to the question. So what is my entry trigger? I explained my entry trigger. It broke the support level, and we got a nice retrace. So I entered. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do with a trade before I do it, guys. Yeah, I plan my trades. I'm not spontaneously, trading. It's planned. So what is my entry trigger? You must know this before you start before you take the trade. Number three, do the candlesticks support my trade idea? So again, let's look through the time frames. So these daily candlesticks, yeah, definitely support my selling idea. Okay, so good. Yeah, H4. The candlesticks. Yeah, look at this. That is super duper bearish. Even the wick on this, guys, as well. Yeah, bearish. This candle, bearish. The wick on this candle, bearish. So yes, the candles support my idea for selling. Let's also look at H1. And again, yeah, pretty bearish, really. Yeah, we got some bearish. We did have some, buyers come into here, but they just took it back to this level, which is where I entered. And at this level, we've had bearish, this is a little bullish, but on the whole, there's selling pressure here. Okay, so yes, the candlesticks support my trade idea. Okay, question number 4, does support resistant level support my trade idea? Yes. Okay, so again, on the day chart, this area here, what was once support in here, has now become resistance, and we've bounced off there lower. So this support resistance level supports my idea. As I explained, my entry trigger was a break of this support level, a break of this gray zone. So we broke this low and this low. This whole area through here is an area of support. And this candle here broke these lows. Yeah, so yes, this break of support supports my trade idea. Let's go back to the next one. Okay, next question. Question number, what are we on? Number 5. Am I trading from an area of value? Yeah, I would say yes. And this area of value is important across all time frames, but mostly the day chart. Okay, and we've retraced back to the moving average 20. Yeah, and then we've pinged off that level. So the moving average 20 itself is value because it's retraced to the moving average 20. So yes, this offers value. H4, less so, but the day chart is offering value. Okay. H4 less so. We did, we got the break. We did wait for a retrace. So we got more value than trading from the break. But again, potentially not great value from here. But the day chart is what it's all about. We go back to the day chart. In terms of value, it's all about the day chart. Okay. And yes, we're trading from this moving average 20. So we have value. What else are we looking at? Do I know where to exit if I am wrong? All right. So we're going to look on the H1 for this, guys. All right. So I entered here. All right. I've entered in here. Okay. And my target is 1000 down here. All right. And my stop loss is here. Okay. So I'm roughly getting, a risk to reward of 1:1. And, why is this my stop loss? This is where I exit if I'm wrong. Okay, so why is that? Because if we follow H1 structure, yeah, arguably here now, this area in here was the last H1 swing high. Okay, so I've put my stop above this, yeah, and if it comes all the way up to here, we have had a H1 structure break. If it starts coming back up here, it starts doing this, then, that's where you are wrong. Yeah, because, structure's changed and if we break this level, we're wrong. Okay, so all I've done here was put it above the last H1 swing high. Okay, I do that with most of my trades, guys. I try to put it above the H1 or below the H1 swing high or swing low, or the H4. But if we did the H4 here, guys, yeah, the trade doesn't make sense. Arguably I could put my stop loss up here. Yeah, but I've entered down here. Then all of a sudden, I need a big move for this trade to make sense. So, the stop loss on the H4 didn't make sense with my risk to reward. Whereas if we go back to the H1, it did make sense. Yeah, if I can just put it above here, yeah, this area here, the trade makes sense. Okay. Next question. So yeah, do I know where to exit if I'm wrong? Yes, I do. I will exit above the last H1 swing high. Okay, if I'm wrong. Do I know where to exit if I am right? Okay, so as I said, guys, if we go to the H1, this is my entry here. Okay, this is my stop loss, and my target is 61,000. So basically, that's a risk to reward of 1:1, but I've also chose it because it's a big psychological number. If we go to the day chart now, okay, Yeah, and I zoom in a little bit, or zoom out a little bit here. Okay. You can see that I have a target all the way down to 1.6 thousand. So, you know, this is where I will leave some of the trade to run. Okay, so I've pinpointed this 1,000 level. Okay, and at that level, I'm getting a risk to reward of 1:1, and I will close 80%. Okay, this is how I roll, guys. But I will leave the remaining 20% to run down to this level. Okay. So yeah, do you know where to exit if I am right? Yes, I do. I have 2 take profits, one at 1,000 and one at 6,000. Okay. So yes, I do. And then as I just touched on, guys, the next question, so 6 and 7 really answer number 8. Yeah. Does my risk to reward make sense? So as long as I'm getting a minimum risk to reward of 1:1, then I'm happy to take the trade. Okay. And as I said, guys, if we drop down to the H1, zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so I have entered here. Yeah, my stop is here, and this is my target. It's 16100 level. So this is a risk to reward of roughly 1:1. And as I explained, I'll only close some of the trade at this level. Yeah, 80%, and then let 20% run. You can close 70, 60, whatever you like, let 30, 40 run. So yeah, my risk to reward does make sense. And this goes back to that idea of, you know, my stop loss, guys. Do I know where to exit if I'm wrong? If I put it above this H4 level, you know, my risk to reward doesn't make sense. So, you know, it's quite a powerful thing and guides the trade. All right, this risk to reward. But yeah, my risk to reward makes sense. We go back to the day chart. Let's get my questions up. Do I know how to manage my trade? Yes. So this is quite a vague question, quite a broad question. Yeah, because you know, there's a few ways to manage a trade, but this is some of the things I'm looking at. All right. So if we go back to the H1, guys, because really I manage on the lower time frames. All right. So I've entered here. Yeah, my stops here, my targets down here. Right. And so far, you know, it's all looking good. We are with H1 trend. So is this area here the last H1 swing high? Yeah. Is it? Yeah, because we're seeing this come down. So is this the last H1 swing high? Okay. If it is, what I need to see is this. If I get a break of these lows, which is what I want, obviously, guys, because my trade will be going in the right direction. Yeah. A sustained break below this level. Yeah, below this level. Yeah, if this happens, I will then potentially move my stop loss from here, yeah, to above, you know, this area through here. This last high, I can move it down to potentially above the moving average 20, which will come down a bit further at this point. You know, I have options. I can reduce my risk on this trade. This is one thing I look at in terms of managing a trade. Also, guys, we can look to add to a trade. Yeah, so let's say that does happen. Yeah, price, we follow H1 structure, price does this, comes down, test this level. You know, I'm also keen on entering again here. So as I reduce my risk, yeah, if you think about that, it also allows me to add to the trade. Excuse me. So it also allows me to add to the trade. So if, you know, what I just suggested happens, I can then break this. And then if this low's broken and price comes down, I can then move my stop loss from here, yeah, down to above this high to here, and so on. So I can build the trade and add to the trade as well. So they're the things I'm looking at when it comes to managing my trade. Also, you know, things like when news comes out, maybe you're in this trade when news comes out, you will need to manage the trade as well. Okay, let's go back to the day chart. All right, so what's the next question? So do I know how to manage my trade? Yes, I do. There are a few examples I just shared with you. Am I following my trading plan? So, as you know, guys, my trading plan is price action. I use the weekly and daily to give me my direction, which I've done. Yeah. I then looked for trades on the H4 and H1, and it's basically about understanding your entry trigger. And if it, I'm with trend and my entry trigger is triggered, then yes, I'm following my trading plan. So this is all good. I'm doing exactly as I said in my morning analysis vid. I'm doing it in reality now. How much am I risking? Okay, so this is, this depends on you guys. Do you risk 1% per trade? Do you risk 2%, 3%? I know some people risk 10% a trade. So again, if we go down to the H1, we can better understand it here because again, I've entered here, my stop's up here, and my first target is here. Okay, so whatever this is, yeah, I'm going to risk 1% of my capital. Okay, all right, and it's as simple as that. Even if my stop loss was up here, yeah, whatever this is, yeah, this will also be 1%. I just need to adjust my trade size. I've got a video on this, guys, about adjusting trade size according to the size of your stop loss. And again, guys, this is, this is trading 101. You must know this. Check out that vid if you haven't. So yeah, I know exactly how much I'm risking. I'm risking 1% here. If I hit this target, yeah, I've made 1%. Simple as that. But I will let some money run on the trade as well. Okay, so yeah, I do know. And whatever this figure is, it needs to be constant. I can't do, Euro, Aussie, dollar, I do 1%. And then tomorrow I do pound US dollar, and then I do 4%. No, this figure has to be constant for you. Excuse me. So if we go back to the day chart now, how much am I risking? Yeah, so I'm risking 1%, and I'm fully aware of this and in control of my money management. And then the last question, guys, is number 12. How do I feel taking this trade? Okay, so this really is focusing on psychology. Do I feel flustered or in a panic or in a rush to take a trade? Yeah. Am I revenge trading? Am I trading according to my previous trade? Am I wanting to give my, VIP subscribers a trade? Yeah, there's many things you need to ask yourselves about how do you feel taking a trade. Yeah, you want to feel very, excuse me, guys. You need to be very homeostatic. You need to be very level-headed. I'm not emotional. I'm not jubilant. I'm not sad. I'm just, I'm very level-headed because I have asked myself all of these questions. And by doing that, guys, it makes you feel very, just very calm and, confident with taking the trade. I've answered all of these 11 questions. So how I feel taking the trade is good. Yeah, I feel fine taking this trade. Not revenge trading. I'm not over trading. I'm not reacting to a trade I had earlier. I'm not, had a good run of trades and now I'm being a bit, complacent. No, none of these things. Yeah. I'm just taking the trade confidently and calmly because I have answered all of those previous 11 questions and I have the answers. All right, guys. So, this is what you need to ask yourself. Obviously, it's not going to take as long as this vid. You can answer these questions quite, quickly. Yeah, this goes all in my head very quickly, guys. Yeah, and I'm sure it does with you. But you need to know the answers because knowing the answers to all of these questions will give you confidence in the trade. It's like another piece of confluence as well, guys, really, if you like. And it will mean that you are in a very calm place to take the trade because you've taken a second to stop and answer all of these questions, so you won't be impulsive. I mean, how many times have you just entered a trade because you like the look of it? I used to do this, yeah, but no, this checklist, these questions make you stop in your tracks. You need to answer these questions and then you can answer number 12 confidently. How do you feel I feel confident and calm. All right, guys. So yeah, the 12 questions you must ask yourself before entering a trade. I hope this helps you when you enter your trades. And if you've enjoyed this tutorial, guys, then come join the channel. Firstly, subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you. Next, guys, smash that notification button so you receive an alert every time we post a vid. And if everyone could please smash the like button, guys. All right. See you next time.